Hello, I am at this space where I come and check out the full moon. It's like a perfect spot, and I've got bleachers to hang out. And then the best part is this that is behind me. If you can look at the massiveness of it and the so much awesome energy. Anyway, I wanted to pop in today and talk about a little bit more about pain and possibilities. I did a post the other day on social media about our attachment to pain and the comfort that we have inside of pain. So even in examples of inside relationships, inside jobs, there's comfort or quote unquote security. And when that space gets to feel uncomfortable, we have options. We can leave them, we can make other decisions, and sometimes those decisions that we have to make are a little scary and we don't know what is on the other side of them. And what we end up doing is creating another painful story on the other side of that decision. So, for example, leaving a relationship. Sometimes it is the best thing to leave the relationship. Yet what our mind does is starts to create all these stories about how it'll be more painful to leave the relationship than it would be to stay inside the relationship. And what I'm suggesting is to start to train your mind to think about possibilities. So not just in relationships, but in in career and home. And a lot of times what happens is life makes the decisions for us, where our soul wants so much more for us, and the deep desires that we have inside of us. Sometimes the human part of us doesn't have the courage to make those decisions on our own, so life makes it happen. So what I was talking about the other day with a friend was about, their comfort inside pain. It's like they know how to maneuver through it. They know how to manage. A lot of times what happens, massive load of energy just flew through me right now. So, whew. So, yeah, so especially if we've grown up in households where there's been a lot of pain or trauma or dysfunction, it's just something that we learn how to maneuver through in life. And then what we end up doing is we end up attracting these similar situations. And so then we go through life in dysfunctional or abusive relationships, or in jobs where we're not appreciated or seen, really just trying to numb out our own desires. And when those desires or that numbing out no longer works, we have to make a shift. And so what happens is when we have a greater desire, sometimes that means leaving people behind. Sometimes that means ending relationships that are no longer serving us. And it could mean family, it could mean friends. But the biggest challenge is like not knowing what's on the other side, like not knowing what, it's the unknown, right? It's like we've known all of this all of our lives, and I want so much more, but I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it's going to feel like. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it on my own. So it's the unknown. So instead of thinking about and creating another painful outcome, what we can do is start to think about the positive possibilities. Like, okay, if I were to leave this relationship, while there may be some temporary emotional stuff and there may be some practical things that are uncomfortable that I need to take care of, what are the possibilities on the other side of this? I mean, I know that when I ended my long-term relationship, initially I thought my life was over. I thought I really fucked up, and I thought, oh my God, what the hell are you doing, Kellyanne? And it was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I really figured out who I was. I got into my life path. And yeah, sure, my life didn't look like what I thought it was supposed to look like, but I am living what my heart desires. And so So yeah, like even consider that. I mean, I one of the things that a little hashtag that I created was, live in possibilities, not in circumstances. So whatever we're experiencing right now is based on some past energy and some past thought processes. So you can start to train your brain to think about what the possibilities are. So what's on the other side of leaving this relationship? What's on the other side of ending this career or leaving this safe corporate job? What is on the other side of, packing up all of my belongings and moving across the country or going somewhere where I feel internally drawn to? And what that does to our mind is when we start to think about possibilities, our brain starts to look for solutions. And the same thing that happens when we start to think about the painful things that could happen. Our brain starts to think about more of the painful things. So I'm just encouraging you with this this new moon coming up on Monday for the United States. It's Independence Day. You can, bring freedom into your life, bring possibilities into your life. Start to investigate, like, what pain am I attached to? What pain am I more comfortable with, and how can I open up my mind to possibilities? Because the truth is that if there's a desire within you, and if there is something going on in your mind, or something that you really want, it's totally possible for you. I mean, it wouldn't even exist within your realm if it wasn't possible. So what are the things that you're holding on to that are preventing you from really living the life that you want to live, or really being in that relationship that you really want to be in? I mean, I know for me that, on my journey, there's been some, I've had to let people go. I've had to let friendships go. I've had to separate myself from family. And was it hard? Yeah. But it's like, I'm here for me and my life and my soul's journey. And like I said in one of my past videos, it's like, whatever we move away from, whatever is meant for us will come back to us. So, yeah. So how can you be more free? How can you shift your mind from, because that's what our brain does. It's a fight, flight, survival thing. So, it's almost programmed to find solutions. And what I'm inviting you guys to do is to start to open your mind up to possibilities and what could be possible. Play with it, daydream, have fun with it. Because anything is totally possible. And I mean, and this is the work that I do, is I help people become free from the illusions, free from their belief systems, free from the past pains, and any of the things that, are really holding you back from what's possible. Because one of the gifts that I have is being able to intuitively see what's possible for you, and the patterns and the beliefs and the blocks that are holding you back. So we're all meant to be free. We're all meant to be happy and joyful and loving. And yep, sometimes life fucking sucks and it's hard, and it's all in how we manage it and the stories that we tell about it. So with this new moon coming up on Monday and Independence Day for the United States, I encourage all of you to embrace your own freedom and open your mind to possibilities.